Every great leader carries weight. The weight of expectations. The weight of responsibility. The weight of people depending on them. But how much can a leader really carry before the very strength that made them successful begins to break them? If you've ever gone home exhausted, wondering if you can keep up with everything, the goals, the people, the pressure, you're not alone. According to a study by Deloitte, nearly 70% of leaders report feeling burned out and emotionally drained at least once a week. Here's a truth that might surprise you. Leadership was never meant to be a solo endurance test. Even the strongest horses collapse under too much weight, and the same is true for leaders. In this video, we'll uncover why so many leaders carry more than they should, how to recognize when strength turns into strain, and what to do to build a leadership style that's sustainable, not self-destructive. Before we begin, please subscribe to Inside Leadership. It helps this channel grow and allows us to keep creating deep, practical insights for leaders who want to grow without burning out. From the outside, great leaders often look unbreakable. They make decisions under pressure, guide teams through chaos, and stay calm when everyone else panics. Society celebrates that strength, but rarely asks what it costs. In truth, leadership strength isn't limitless. It's a resource, and like any resource, it can be depleted. Research from the University of Michigan found that leaders who constantly suppress stress to appear composed experience higher blood pressure, reduced empathy, and cognitive fatigue. Yet, the myth persists. Real leaders don't show weakness. That belief traps countless professionals in silent suffering. History gives us examples. Winston Churchill, often portrayed as indestructible, privately battled depression, what he called his black dog. He led Britain through war but paid a tremendous personal price. Leadership demanded that he appear strong even when he felt broken. True leadership isn't about carrying more. It's about knowing what to carry and what to share. Every leader begins with good intentions to support, protect, and guide their team. But over time, that instinct can turn into over-responsibility. Imagine a leader who starts picking up every task their team struggles with. At first, it feels noble, but soon, the team stops learning, the leader becomes exhausted, and resentment quietly grows. A Harvard Business Review study revealed that leaders who habitually overfunction, taking on more than they should, often create underfunctioning teams. The harder the leader works, the less the team contributes. It's a vicious cycle that leads to burnout and disengagement on both sides. The paradox is clear. By carrying everything, leaders end up carrying nothing well. There's a kind of weight no one sees, the emotional load of leadership, the sleepless nights after tough conversations, the guilt of layoffs or missed targets, the quiet self-doubt that whispers, "Am I good enough for this?" Neuroscience shows that emotional stress activates the same regions of the brain as physical pain. That's why emotional weight isn't just a metaphor, it's real, measurable strain. Jacinda Ardern, New Zealand's former prime minister, demonstrated rare honesty when she resigned, saying, "I no longer have enough in the tank to do it justice." Her decision wasn't weakness, it was wisdom. She understood that even great leaders must know their limits. Leaders don't fail because they feel the weight. They fail when they pretend it isn't there. The price of overloading doesn't appear overnight. It accumulates slowly. First, leaders lose focus. Then empathy fades. Creativity declines. Finally, physical exhaustion sets in. According to a 2024 McKinsey study, burned-out leaders are 60% more likely to make short-sighted decisions, prioritizing survival over strategy. And once burnout reaches that level, it doesn't just harm the individual, it infects the entire team. Think of it like a bridge under constant strain. It doesn't collapse all at once. It bends, creaks, weakens until one day it gives way. Leaders need maintenance too. Ignoring that reality doesn't make you strong, it makes you fragile. If leadership is about carrying, then sustainable leadership is about sharing the load. Great leaders understand that delegation isn't about offloading, it's about trust. It tells their team, I believe in you. Nelson Mandela was a master of shared leadership. Even while imprisoned, he built trust among his peers by assigning responsibility and giving others ownership. When he later became president, that same approach united a divided nation. Modern research echoes his wisdom. Teams where leaders delegate effectively report greater engagement, innovation, and psychological safety. Sharing weight doesn't diminish authority. It multiplies capacity. There are signs that the load has become unsustainable. You stop sleeping well. You dread small tasks. You become irritated by things that never used to bother you. You tell yourself it's just a busy season, even though it's been that way for months. These are warning lights on the dashboard of leadership. Ignoring them doesn't make them go away. It just increases the risk of breaking down on the road ahead. If you find yourself in that place, pause. Ask, what am I carrying that no one asked me to? Often the heaviest burdens are the ones leaders pick up voluntarily, out of guilt, pride, or fear of being misunderstood. One of the hardest lessons for leaders is that letting go doesn't mean losing control. It means creating space for others to rise. Think of General Dwight D. Eisenhower during World War II. He didn't micromanage every battlefield. He built a coalition, trusted experts, and focused on alignment rather than control. That's what made victory possible. Modern leaders can do the same. Empowering people to own decisions doesn't reduce your influence. It strengthens it. It shows confidence, not absence. Leadership isn't about lifting the most weight. It's about lifting what matters most. Pressure isn't the enemy. In the right amount, it sharpens focus and fuels excellence. The danger is when pressure loses connection to purpose. Leaders who know why they lead can endure more than they imagine. But when the why fades, even small pressures feel unbearable. Simon Sinek once said, working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. Purpose doesn't remove weight, it makes it meaningful. 3 reflections for today. Number 1, what weight am I carrying that no one actually expects me to bear? Number 2, who in my team could grow if I trusted them with part of this load? Number 3, when was the last time I took care of myself with the same dedication I give to others? Leadership will always be demanding. The goal isn't to eliminate the weight, it's to distribute it wisely. Strength doesn't come from carrying everything alone. It comes from knowing when to ask for help, when to rest, and when to trust others to carry with you. Even the strongest leaders need recovery. Because when you take care of the one who carries, everyone else moves further, faster, and stronger. If this video brought you value, please subscribe to Inside Leadership and share it with someone who's ready to grow as a leader. Together, we'll build resilience, purpose, and leadership that lasts.